Hello, and welcome to the Pillar to Post Sewer Lateral Inspection. This is for address 363 South 3rd Avenue, Brighton, Colorado, 80601. Today we are accessing a 3-inch outside cleanout. This is a dual sweep cleanout. And we are beginning the inspection looking into the city main. Now, the purpose of me beginning the inspection looking into the city main is, first thing I like to evaluate on film, what is referred to as your tap. Now, your tap is a connection from your 4-inch sewer line leaving the home, connecting us to this big 8-inch main line we're looking at here. It is important to evaluate the tap because even though we're in the alleyway, the tap and sewer line leading up to it are still the homeowner's responsibility. Now, with that said, unfortunately, I did find a conflict at your tap here. What we have present is a major offset, and this is allowing for dissipation. This pooling water that we could see here, and I do apologize about the human debris, but this pooling water was leveled off on the side walls, so it was running a little bit further. But with simple water testing, I was able to verify that water is dissipating at this point. What this means is that slowly and surely water is escaping the line and seeping into the ground rather than making it to the city main. So I am strongly advising corrective measures being made here. As a matter of fact, we have found conflicts, unfortunately, throughout the clay sewer line. I will slow down and stop and discuss most of them along the way, but I am just strongly advising a complete line replacement due to the multiple conflicts found throughout the line. So we are going to see fractures and breaks. So right here we have break at the top of the pipe, and then a circular fracture just after the joiner connection. So we could see the face of the next segment of pipe, and we could see it's completely separated at the top, but if we follow that down a little bit, then we see that circular fracture. Now, circular fractures, even though minor amounts of damage, is still damage and still allows for sewage and water to dissipate or escape in the slightest amount. Over time, that slight amount will grow and has the potential for complete failure in the future, so strongly advising corrective measures. We have more fracturing of the pipe here. Now, this one is at the top of the pipe, but it is running down the side wall on the left side. And as we can see by the staining on the pipe, or the high water mark, that indicates at max volume where your water will flow, that unfortunately this fracture is in the flow rate of the water. So definitely suggesting corrective measures being made there. We could also see it on the right side, and these fractures are present. And now we're going to enter some standing water, and once again that staining on the pipe indicates the flow rate. Right here we're seeing about 75–80% of the pipe being filled with that darker discoloration, and then right here we see complete backup and blockage, also the fracturing present. Now, standing bodies of water are a hindrance in functionality as they greatly reduce the velocity or volume of water. Since sewer lines are gravity fed, we want to maintain a certain pitch or slope. And unfortunately, when that pitch or slope is not maintained, we will create low sections like we're seeing here. And these low sections will allow for debris and material to gather in the pipe. As you can see, there's that faux shelf or grease shelf built up on the left and right side of the pipe. This just indicates that material and water are gathering and collecting in the line here. And with restricted flow, backups and blockages and other concerns can occur. So this is why strongly advising corrective measures being made here as well. We did see some fractures throughout that standing water, along with the standing water present. More fracturing of the pipe here. And this original clay material does come in shorter segments of pipe, and this is just to allow for ground movement due to expansive soils. And when that ground movement occurs, it can create offsets and misalignments in the joints and connections in the clay pipe. So seeing the lip like we're seeing right there, the next segment of pipe typically means that the pipe was doing its job and shifting as necessary. So fracture at the top of the pipe here. And then over time, these offsets can allow the introduction of root systems such as bush or tree roots to intrude or enter the line. So this means generally seeing root systems and offsets in clay sewer lines does not indicate damage, but fracturing and breaking due to major shifting or external pressures. I can't verify the cause of these conflicts. I can just verify that they are conflicts, and they are present throughout this clay line, unfortunately. So here we go, more fracturing and breaking. Fantastic. Now, I did map this out. It does run underneath the garage and run into the alley. More fracturing on the right side of the pipe here. So I did leave markings, and will attach pictures to my report to show the location of where the start of the repair is suggested and the end at the city main as well. Alrighty. We have more fracture of the pipe, or cracking of the pipe, definitely within the flow rate on the left side there. And as you can see, it is very prominent throughout this main line at almost every joint and connection: the fracturing, the break, the shifting, the heaving, the low sections. Generally, when clay lines are not maintained, these root systems can overgrow and complicate functionality even greater. Once again, we have a faux shelf and entering a standing body of water at approximately 64 feet. And then we're going to exit it over here. So a few things we factor in for standing bodies of water is not only the height of the standing water, as that is a major velocity reducer, but also the length of standing water. Now this one is running approximately 8 foot in length, and it is entering into the PVC line itself. As we can see, backups and blockages have begun to occur in the PVC line itself. So I did make the first marking approximately right here where that faux shelf begins, and I'm suggesting corrective measures being made there as well. Now, rest of the main line outside the home has been replaced with new age PVC, which is a medium impact pipe and a great replacement option for the original clay. It does have some pliability or flexibility in case of expansive soils, but also a little rigidity or firmness, so that way when installed properly, it's less likely to bend, sag, shift, or soil on its own. So it is kind of a best of both worlds material and scenario. Now, given the original cast iron inside the home and the PVC outside the home, I'm going to strongly advise that routine cleanings occur every 5 to 8 years. And that 5 to 8 years mark does depend on volume of use. So if someone's home throughout the day and water's constantly being ran, I'd suggest that cleaning every 5 years. And if it's more night and weekend use, I would suggest that cleaning every 8 years. This will depend on you, the homeowner, or I'll not be back to check on you. Now right here we have the bathroom tie-in. I did verify that water is flowing properly from here. This also includes the bathroom, basement bathroom. I do apologize. This is the bathroom tie-in for the basement. I did verify water flow from the shower, sink, and toilet reaching the line from here. Also, the staining on the pipe indicates that this is an active line. Either way, it did appear functional, did have the proper amount of water flow as needed. Now, in regards to professional cleaners, even though this is only suggested every 5 to 8 years, it's very important to do a little due diligence before hiring any old cleaning company. First and foremost, I try to avoid the multi-facet companies, the clean/repair/inspect companies. My concern with them is they tend to love to upsell. We have a slightly over-compressed connection here, showing a little bit of the boot on the top of the pipe, but not a hindrance in functionality. I don't see any earth or earthworms present. No indications of root systems intruding or entering the pipe here, so definitely acceptable. Alrighty. Now, but once again, in regards to these cleaning companies, we avoid those multifaceted upsell artists. We try to find ourselves a professional cleaner only. And when seeking out professional cleaners only, I strongly advise asking at least 3 questions, which would be: are you insured? Are you certified? And you bring a sewer camera with you. Insured and certified cleaners typically mean they've been properly trained on the equipment they're operating and are less likely to cause damage, but even if they do cause damage, the insurance would cover it. Also, if that sewer cleaner could bring a sewer camera, they'll run the camera before they clean and take note as to where the major buildup is in the sewer line. But most importantly, after they're done cleaning, run the camera yet again, second time being able to show proof or verification that they've done their job properly. Asking these questions should help eliminate concerns of quality of service and help you find the right cleaner for you. Average cost, somewhere between $100 and $200 for your standard metal or blade cleaning, or $400 to $800 for your hydrojetter system. Generally, just recommend discussing that with your cleaner, as I do not perform cleanings. Okay, in regards to options of cleaning. Now there is green marking here. This is due to a root intrusion in the PVC pipe. We will discuss as we approach. The conflicts found in the sewer line start outside the garage door there, run underneath the garage and into the alleyway. But either way, this is what's called a dual sweep outside access point. Has this cap installed on it very simply, and this will allow you the option to run both away from the home towards the city main and towards the home from this single access spot. Definitely a great bonus. And typically cleaners machinery have a much easier time of cleaning the sewer line from a dual sweep than they would from a set location like a toilet. Okay, let's turn our camera around here, pardon me. So what we're looking at immediately when we re-enter the line are root systems present in the PVC. Now, given the connection process of PVC pipe, we generally should never see root systems intruding. This usually indicates that we have an improper connection. So I am suggesting corrective measures being made here as well. As you can see as I pull my camera back, we are approximately 5 foot in depth at this point here. So I'm gonna wiggle my way up past these root systems, pardon me. Here we go. I do apologize. A little shaky. Just giving you a good view of the roots here. Once again, I do apologize. So I'm attempting to climb up the roots so we can get into the home and take a look at the material inside the home. Well, I do apologize. Please stand by. Well, I do apologize, but unfortunately, I'll be unable to re-enter the home. I did evaluate the cast iron and PVC connection of the cast iron when first arrived, and it did appear functional. There is original cast iron metal inside the home, and generally, whenever I see cast iron metal in use, I just recommend avoiding harsh chemicals. This just means we try to avoid the products that state things such as industrial strength or ultra degreaser. Also products such as Liquid Plumr or Drano, which are actually bogus products. Really good at dissolving hair, really bad about leaving behind a lot of chemical grease. So if you do notice a backup or blockage in your smaller drain lines, I just want to refer you to the maintenance portion of the written report. As on there, I do list a plethora of very simple do's and don'ts that any homeowner can utilize. And these will just general tips on how to maintain your drain line between professional cleanings and how to avoid the use of harsh chemicals once again. So with that said, I'll end the video now by saying thank you very much. This concludes our inspection for today.